Okay, please make sure your cell phones are on silent. And reminder, there is no recording of these press conferences. And if you would raise your hand, we'll get a mic to you. Please state your name and affiliation. We'll start right here on the aisle to the right.
Hi, Coach. I'm Anna Snyder with the USA Today Network. Obviously, this is y'all's third meeting with UNC this season, but it's the first meeting in the NCAA tournament. Just talk about how big is it to see these two programs come together here in the Sweet 16 for the first time?
We haven't really talked about that with our team in terms of a first meeting or anything. I didn't know that till you said that. So we're fighting for a spot in the Elite Eight. And so whoever the opponent is the opponent. It's at this time of year, and I think with conferences getting bigger, we have 18 teams in our conference. I think over time you're going to see meetings earlier and earlier in the tournament. It's just going to be a fact of kind of where we are. In college, I think there's another one here on Saturday, right? Tennessee plays Texas and a conference in the Sweet 16. I think Tennessee men and Kentucky men play tonight in the Sweet 16. So I'm not really moved either way by it. It's not just another game. It's an important game. It's a game to get a step beyond where we were able to reach a year ago. And it's a game to put yourself in position to play for a spot in the Final Four. So that's kind of how we've approached it, and trying to honor the value of the game with the right amount of respect and the right amount of preparation.
Front row right here.
Ben Pickman with The Athletic. Just two questions. One, just a status update on Toby.
Toby will play tomorrow.
And second, obviously the transfer portal opened up on Tuesday. How are you and your staff kind of balancing, portal recruiting with game prep lead up to tomorrow?
I haven't done anything in the portal. I'm sure my assistants are doing that. But as far as me personally, I hasn't done anything. I've just been focused on the game.
ESPN.com. Coach, can you talk about the Tar Heels very, very well and vice versa. Can you talk about what it's going to be like to play them for the third time, and what do you think may be different from the first two times you played them this season?
The main difference is Kelly and Utsby will play. So they didn't play in the second meeting. So I think that's probably the biggest difference. We've played them 3 times in a season before. I think maybe 2 years ago. It's not uncommon to have that for teams over the years. So I don't know. It feels like it's a really big deal for you guys that we're playing them 3 times. It's not something that we've really talked about or worried about. There's a familiarity, obviously, from a scout standpoint. From a personnel standpoint, the players, and I think the games have. Well, my first year we were terrible. We got our butt kicked both times by everybody in the league. Our butt kicked by everybody in the league. But since that first year, I think the games have been really competitive. When you look at the margins of the games and you look at, how good both teams have been. So that would be my expectation again tomorrow.
Right here to your right.
Hey, Coach, Doug Farmer, the AP. If you remember back to your playing days at Tennessee when you got to the Sweet 16, which was almost, I think, every year, what was things that Coach would tell you as a team to get ready for a game like this, to get to the Elite Eight, to get to the Final Four, if you remember?
I don't know that I remember about this round specifically. Yeah, it's so different now. So much more depth in the game now, I think. back then there wasn't as much depth throughout the tournament. So, but I can't remember anything. I'm not trying to avoid your question. I can't remember about what she said before the Sweet 16.
Right here to your right.
Coach Cameron T from The Athletic. Coach, I'm curious just how much the growth of Alucci has helped you guys from her year 1 to year 2 for her now, and then your thoughts on just the way she's grown her brand and like the fashion aspect of her personal brand as well.
I think Alucci's grown a lot from her freshman to her sophomore year. She has a better understanding of what we're trying to do on the court, understanding of the scheme, and also able to slow down a little bit, which I know it doesn't look like she ever slows down, but she's able to make more reads now, whereas I felt like her freshman year she was just playing faster than everybody all the time. And that works to a certain point, but then you have to slow down and see what the defense is trying to do and make adjustments. She's a very hard worker. Every day she comes in with the right level of focus and the right level of effort. And that might seem like, oh yeah, okay, everybody does that. Everybody does not do that. If you can get yourself to be a player that does that, you can set yourself apart. I mean, I don't know how in depth you want me. I can get into the fashion. It's not really my forte, believe it or not. But you know, Alucci has a great passion about it, and you know, as a coach, you just try to encourage your players to follow that. Follow their passions, and the thing that they spend a lot of time on, basketball, doesn't have to take up their whole life. I think it's healthy, and I think there's room for other things to pursue, and we're fortunate, you know, our creative team was able to kind of build that series with her, and to be able to showcase the passion, and so they work with all of our players in that way to just amplify the things that they're interested in. And then she's got a lot of charisma, you know, so she's very well spoken and it's got a great personality, and I think all of that combines to something that she should be able to carve out a little bit of a niche for herself.
Far right.
Mitch North from SB Nation. Kara, you know, Alyssa Utsby didn't play in the last game for Carolina the last time y'all faced them, but she's somebody who you've sort of had to prepare for every time you faced Carolina in your 5 years. What kind of challenges does she present for y'all on both ends of the floor?
Yeah, good player, very productive over her time, scores it well, rebounds it well, makes really good hustle plays. And then, you know, obviously being a fifth-year senior, the experience, you know, that she has, and that Gokding has, you know, in the front court, you know, that's, you know, if you're looking at the roster, that's probably the experience differential. They're very experienced in the front court, and we're all freshmen and sophomore in the front court. And so that's a challenge physically that we'll have to meet. And we're capable of meeting it. Obviously, we've been freshmen and sophomores all year. We didn't just become that right now. So we'll have to definitely meet that challenge. So yeah, for productive for a long time in this league, and she'll definitely make an impact on the game. You know, it's not the way she plays. You can't take her out of the game, if that makes sense, because she impacts the game in a lot of areas.
Question to your right.
Coach, I think earlier you mentioned obviously that second game against UNC, Kelly and Utsby didn't play. Mm-hmm. I'm curious how differently you watched that film than the first game. When those, obviously they're a different team when those two don't play. Is there a difference in how you watch that film in preparation of this game?
I mean, sure. Like, certain personnel have certain tendencies, so they might be running the same actions, but a tendency with a player with one guard might be different in how they run the action and the other. So the good thing is you obviously have film on them since that game, since they've been back, and certainly obviously with first and second round games this past week. So yeah, I think I don't know that you watch it differently, but you have an awareness that they're not there, and there's probably more minutes of players that maybe won't play as many minutes this game. So understanding the rotation and all of that. So
We'll go to Zoom. If you have a question on Zoom, please hit the raise your hand button and we'll get your questions. Anyone else in here? Okay, thank you, Coach.
thank you.
This is a little bigger than the last one.
So far, dude.
Blessed to be here.
There you go. Okay, we are ready to get started with the Duke ladies. Please raise your hand. We'll get you a mic. We'll start right here on the aisle on the right.
Anna, this is for all you guys. Anna Snyder, USA Today Network. Coach said she didn't know, but this is actually y'all's first meeting with UNC, in the NCAA tournament. I know it's y'all's third. Looks like you don't know either. I just want to say, hearing that, this matchup, what does it, mean to you guys to be facing them third time this season in the Sweet 16 on such a big stage?
Reigan, if you will start, and we'll just go straight down the line.
Yeah, I feel like just seeing the work that both of us have put in just to be here on the stage in the Sweet 16 is just amazing. I feel like, yes, it's our third time just competing against each other, but the rivalry is just super competitive, and we're just really excited to play against one another.
Toby?
I think I speak for all of us when I say this, but we're all super excited to play them again. They're a great team, super competitive, offensively, defensively. I feel like it's a great matchup for us. So we're really excited. I think we're both super prepared, and it's going to be a great game.
Ashley?
They pretty much already said everything, but I'm super excited. Also just having, two ACC teams hash it out, being able to play for the Elite Eight. And yeah, it's no better feeling in the world. Of course, playing our rivals, so to say. But yeah, we're super excited just to see, what type of game it will be. Be super competitive, I know for sure.
Front right.
For any of you, Cameron Teague with The Athletic, I'm curious your thoughts on Oluchi's fashion and being able to kind of set her own kind of brand within kind of her creativity with herself. I'm curious you guys' thoughts on that and what that's been like to be around.
Reigan, we'll start with you again.
I mean, one thing about Luch, she's always going to put on the fit to go anywhere we go. She's always wanted to just really dress up and do whatever with the team. But, just being able to have that platform for her is really amazing. She's really into fashion, and I know I speak for all of us. We've all been on her little channel, Get Ready with Luch or whatever, and it's been awesome just to see how her platform is expanding in that kind of aspect, because it's something that she's really passionate about, and I'm just happy to see that she's doing what she loves.
I would say the same thing, Love Lucci. I love when she loves something. So it was really fun to do that with her. I was just in her latest episode. I don't know if you guys saw it, the March Madness edition.
Oh, my God.
But it was really fun to be a part of. We went shopping. I was trying to pick stuff up. She would slap my hand down. She definitely has a passion for it. So it's great to watch. It's really fun to be a part of. And I'll always support her in everything she does. So.
Like they said, I love Luch. Just her being able to set her mind to something and still go through with it. I love it, and I love it for her. That's really right up my alley as far as fashion stuff, because I love putting on a fit too everywhere. No, but having Luch, because I was on one of her episodes as well. But having Luch, style us, it was just amazing. And like I said, and like they said, whatever she puts her mind to, it's gold for her. And I will always support her in whatever she does. I love Luch.
Front row.
Thanks. Michael Volpo, ESPN.com. Toby, this is for you. Lucy, you're feeling better. I just wonder if you could sort of get us an update on how you're feeling and just how eager you are to get back out on the court after not playing the second round.
I'm feeling great. I'm here. I'm well rested, well hydrated, so I'm ready to go.
To the right.
Ben Pickman from The Athletic. Just for Reigan, is there something you remember about your guys' Sweet 16 loss 2 years ago that just has stuck with you, that mindset, approach, a memory from the locker room afterwards that, is informing this experience that you're currently going through at all?
Yeah, it's 2 different years, being the Sweet 16 last year and the Sweet 16 this year. But one thing I don't remember about last year is just how much the memories that we shared all started flooding back in that locker room. Like, just from the season that we've been through and everything that we've been through, it kind of came again at that moment. And yeah, there were tears, but it wasn't just tears of sadness, it was tears of joy, just knowing like we've been through that journey together. And so going into the Sweet 16 this year, we're just focusing on the team that we have at hand and just looking forward to compete.
Doug Feinberg, the Associated Press. For any of you, what is it like playing for Coach? Standpoint of like what she like in practice, out of practice for you guys.
Ashton, we'll let you start with this one.
Okay. I've said it multiple times. Playing for her, it's everything for me. I pretty much can speak for everyone that wears a jersey that says Duke. I would say for me, she really brought out a side of me and a side of my game that I never knew that I truly had. She instilled this confidence within me, on and off the court, I would say. And just playing for her, like to share her same passion and to share her same grit. There's no other team that I would rather play for, no other coach I would rather play for. And like I said, the way she coaches, it's like you'll do anything for her, you'll run through a burning house just for her, But no, and I love it because it's really genuine. And like I said, I can speak for most of us here, but just having that and having that type of coach, it's the best feeling in the world.
Toby?
I would say the same thing as Ash, kind of just to reiterate. I feel like one thing about Coach Kara is she's going to prepare you for the next level. So being a freshman this year, I think that really helped me. I'm so glad I chose here just because she really knows how to prepare you for games. She knows how to prepare you for the level of competitiveness that you're going to see when you face certain teams. So I feel like she always, she's never going to tell you a lie. She's going to tell you exactly what you need to know. And she's going to tell you the truth. So I have a lot of trust in her. I know that she has a lot of trust in me, and that's kind of what our relationship is like. So I'm really lucky to have her as a coach, and I hope to just see our relationship grow from here.
Yeah, I second everything that they're saying. Coach has not only helped us on the court, but also off the court. I know I can speak personally about it. She's helped me just be able to talk to you in this kind of setting like this, because I know my first year here, I would never be able to sit up here on stage just to talk to you. But she's instilled so much confidence in each and every one of us, and just being able to play for her and having her coach us is a blessing for real.
Second row right here.
Do you guys have a plan to watch the men's game later? Has that been discussed at all? How you're going to do it, and any preview you want to give about Duke Arizona on the men's side?
So I will speak for us. Yes and no, because it's so late and we do have a game tomorrow. But yes, we support them 100%. We will be tuned in until our eyes close tonight. So yeah. I don't know what y'all would say, but
no, I would say the same thing. I obviously want to watch it. What time is it?
9:30.
Oh, it is a little late. Yeah, my bedtime is cut off at 10. So, yeah, we love to support them. Those are our boys. So I can't wait to see them, play. Maybe we'll watch the first 30 minutes, have a little watch party, and then we'll go to bed.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
never mind. Hey, well.
Okay, that's good. Perfect.
We will be watching the whole game.
We'll be tuned in, yeah.
We haven't talked about it yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to come up once we get back to the locker room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Front row.
Thank you. This is for Ashlon. Can you talk about just the emotion? I mean, obviously it's a Sweet 16, so there'd be emotion no matter who you're playing, but because you know the opposing team so well, and you've had these two sort of grinded out battles with them, how do you sort of balance that emotion with, staying within yourselves and playing the way you want to play?
That's a great question. I would say, I say it all the time, but just staying Duke, just staying us. We know the game. Tomorrow will be a lot of highs, a lot of lows, but as long as we just stay connected, stay together, I feel like we could push through whatever it is that we may face. And yeah, like I said, just focusing on us and focusing on the big thing that we want to get to. So I would feel as though like that is going to be key for tomorrow.
Second row.
Sandra Negley with Yahoo Sports. For all of you, what do you feel like it is about the ACC that has helped prepare you to reach here, but also go further in this tournament?
Right.
I feel like a lot of teams in the ACC where everybody's great, offensively and defensive end. I feel like we're all just super competitive, and regardless with who are we playing, the opponent that we're playing, we're just gonna compete each and every day, and that helps us throughout the season.
Toby.
I mean, I would say the same thing. The ACC is super competitive and very physical. I would like to say very physical again, because coming in, as a freshman coming from high school and just facing, girls that have been in college for like 4 years, it's a lot to adjust to. So I think that's really helped prepare me just for this next level and competing in March Madness as well.
Ashlyn.
Yeah, I agree with everything that you just said. Like the level of competition, and also being in the ACC, knowing that like every Thursday or Sunday, it's up for grabs. Like whoever plays the hardest, whoever makes the least amount of mistakes, whoever stays together, like those are normally teams that win. And I would say, just having to, be able to prepare week through week for those type of teams. Yeah, like I said, like it's a monster in the ACC, and I just, I love the level of competition that it continues to build and build each year, and yeah.
If anyone on Zoom has a question, please hit the hand sign. Any other questions in here? We'll go to the front and then to the back.
I was wondering if Reigan and Ashlon, if you could answer this, and then Toby, you answer. You guys are the upper class players. I wonder how you've sort of helped Toby as a freshman, and what you've been able to do to sort of share your experience and knowledge with her. And then Toby, what's it been like to have these two as teammates in your first season in college?
Toby, I really don't know how to answer that. Toby, how about you give us insight about how we helped you? I don't know.
I think the girls around you are what get you through your freshman year. Like, this is, there's going to be ups and downs in basketball, because playing Division I basketball is hard. Mentally, physically, there's a lot that you're doing every day. So the girls that I've had around me, these strong women that I've been able to look up to, it's been incredible. Especially these two beside me, I feel like they've helped me through everything. Like, there's so many different plays that you have to memorize. They would help, quiz me before games or practices, like things that I need to remember. So having them, and then obviously the other girls that aren't here right now, has completely transformed the player that I am.
And I feel, you got it? I feel like also knowing and seeing her play, and like playing beside of her, and knowing what she's capable of, and knowing what she can bring each and every day, like I feel like that's a blessing for us, because like certain talents that she has that we don't have, or vice versa, and just like saying that like we have been in college for like longer than she has, and knowing how like things work and don't work as far as like on the court, like just being able to help her navigate a little bit through all of that, like it has been really, really fun, strictly because like I tell her all the time, like her growth from when she first started here to now, like it's tremendous, like. And like I'm just super proud of her, because she's gonna continue to like show that she's a great player.
Yeah, I second that. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs, especially for Toby her freshman year. But, we all know what she's capable of. And in those moments, we try to instill a lot of confidence in her, even though she don't need it, because she's a very confident player herself. But in moments where we all make sure that she knows that we're there and we got her back.
Very back.
Hey, I just wanted to hear your thoughts on you upperclassmen having come through the tournament before, what it's like being back, and how that's felt so far, and then Toby, for you as a freshman, what that's been like so far. Thank you.
Yeah, being back in the same position that we were last year, it's a great feeling. It's a blessing just to be in this position, to be in this Sweet 16, and we're all just taking it one game at a time. We're just all excited to compete with one another for another game.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Reigan, saying that like we've been here before. Like it's a blessing. You know, the excitement is always going to be there. Maybe a little bit of nerves as well, but you know, just being able to compete at this level, you know, like coming back to back, like she said, it's a blessing, and we just can't wait to continue to compete within the tournament, if Lord says the same.
I feel like people kind of try to tell you what to expect in the tournament, but you don't really know till you experience it yourself. So I'm you know, kind of waiting on that. We had the ACC, you know, champs. So I feel like that's going to help transition into this competition as well, just because of the level of competitiveness, and then facing the same teams that are also in the Sweet 16 as well. So I think that prepared me as much as I can be prepared, but I don't think you really are until you experience it yourself.
We have time for one more question.
Just talk about the challenge of, you know, facing an opponent 3 times, and what has y'all's preparation looked like going into this matchup? Is it any different than it has, you know, the past 2?
Toby, we'll start with you this time.
I feel like the preparation is relatively the same, just because we're very prepared as a team every single time we play them, because we know what they bring to the table. I think playing them a few times has definitely helped, because we know, you know, what to expect. I mean, you can never really know what to expect in a game like this, especially during March Madness, but as much as we can. So I think that's definitely helped us before, and it's going to be a competitive game.
Reigan?
Yeah, I feel like since the first time we played them, they got better. So the second time we played them, they got better. So I feel like you don't really know what to expect, like Toby said, going into the game, but we know that they're going to bring their A game, they're going to bring their competitiveness, their energy, and we're just going to have to match that.
Ashlon?
Yeah, to agree with what Reigan said, you know, like this is a great team, a great coach. Like she said, they've gotten better from the first game, the second game, and we just know like they're going to compete and leave it all on the floor. They're going to bring their best, and you know, like it's up for us to, you know, to continue to like compete at the level that they're going to compete at. But yeah, you know, like the preparation was, you know, like pretty much harder, I would say, because you know it's March Madness. Anybody can beat anybody, and yeah, like just being prepared for that and prepared for tomorrow's game is really like what we've been, you know, focusing on, and just, you know, we're going to continue to like challenge ourselves and continue to, you know, stay the course and stay us in order for us to, you know, compete for tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, ladies.
Thank
you.
Maryland will start at 1:20.